Piper Tarot. I'm here to do your daily collective message for September 15th, 2025. I'm getting ahead of myself. So this will be a collective message, a general message for all signs, all placements. So if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for being here. If you like my readings, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Welcome back to my subscribers. Thank you for being here as well. And we're going to see what the vibe is with what the Vibes Oracle deck says today first. And then I'll pull some cards from the Wild Reflections Tarot and finish off your reading with the Akashic Records Oracle card. So now that I've gotten all that out, I'm going to shuffle some cards. But let's call in Spirit here first. Okay. Boy, I'm just clumsy this morning. Clumsy with my words, clumsy with everything. So feel free to fast forward through the shuffling if you want. I'm going to pull a card from What's the Vibe Oracle deck and see what the overall feeling will be for the day. I hope you all had a nice weekend. Angels, guides, ancestors, what is the vibe for the day, for the collective, all signs, all placements? September 15th, 2025, please. What is the vibe for the day, please, Spirit? Okay, so the word says sippin', and I was just thinking about my coffee. The words rumors, gossip, and nosy. So kind of like a water cooler. It's kind of an old term, but, you know, talking around the water cooler kind of feeling. So maybe you're meeting with somebody or you're hearing about something while you're having some coffee or tea, whatever, and talking about some rumors, gossip, being nosy about certain people. But let's see what's going on here. Let's pull some tarot. Again, feel free to fast forward through the shuffling. I've gone back to my favorite deck. Angels, guides, ancestors, the most important message for the collective, all signs, all placements. September 15th, 2025, please. Tell us about sippin', rumors, gossip, and nosy. We have the High Priestess. We have the Empress. And we have the Nine of Swords here. Back of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups. Okay. So put this together. So in the shadow, for what you don't see, is a Seven of Cups. This is all about illusion, daydreaming, kind of like wishful thinking kind of thing. So in the shadow, for what you don't see, when it comes to sipping, rumors, gossip, nosy, people could be making up stuff about you or about something, and we'll get into more detail when we clarify. But I feel like when we're talking about sipping, rumors, gossip, and nosy, And this Seven of Cups comes up in the shadow. This makes me feel like it's not reality about what they're talking about. It's not real. Whatever they're talking about, gossiping about, there's rumors, whatever it is, that's a daydream. That's not reality with the Seven of Cups here. So whatever is being talked about while you're sitting around talking and sipping or whatever you're doing, it's not the truth. It's an illusion. It's something that you're making up, or they're making up, or they're assuming is what's happening, but it's a not reality. We have the High Priestess here in the upright position. This is all about utilizing your intuition, and then followed by the Empress here. So all about abundance. And then we have the Nine of Swords. So giving life, this is new life, abundance, pregnancy, using your intuition. And then the Nine of Swords here in the reverse position is like stepping out into feeling good enough to get out into public again, after maybe some heartache, getting out there again, kind of feeling, being social. And that's what this is all about. Sipping, rumors, gossip, nosy. You're being social. You're talking about something here. But whatever it is you're talking about is being made up. It's not the reality. It's not the truth here. It feels like you should know this because of the High Priestess. Like, use your intuition about what you're hearing. Use your intuition about this abundant state or this new life or whatever that you're talking or gossiping about. And then with the Nine of Swords, and again, we'll go back and clarify. This is, an improved outlook. This is better health, et cetera, et cetera. So maybe there could be some talk about someone that is maybe pregnant. Maybe somebody has gotten better health and now they're having abundance. They've turned the corner and they're doing well. But whatever it is that you're talking about, this is daydreaming about it. And maybe it's a good thing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing that people are talking about, or there's rumors about something, that somebody's turned a leaf and they've gotten better health. They've started a new life. And maybe this is somebody you're talking about, that you're hopeful that they're building a new life, that they're in better health. Intuitively, maybe you're thinking that this is what's happening, that they're doing better now. But it is an illusion. You don't necessarily know what's going on here. Let's go back and clarify. Clarify the High Priestess, please, Spirit. Maybe you're assuming somebody is on a better path now. You're assuming that they're living a new life, that they're in better health. You intuitively maybe know that they are doing better, but it's an illusion. It's a daydream. It's not reality. Maybe your intuition is saying that, they're doing better. But it's a daydream. It's your hope for them. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Please clarify the Empress. We have the Two of Wands. Clarify the Nine of Swords, please. And we have the Moon card. Back of the deck, we had the Eight of Wands. Okay. So with the Eight of Wands being in the reverse position for what you don't see in the shadow, I feel like this message that is coming through is disrupted. And it feels like it's disrupted because it's not the truth. The Eight of Wands is going to be all about messages coming in, but it feels like there's some type of message that's not coming across real. It's not it's a message of gossip. It's a message of rumors. It's a message of untruths that is coming through here. So somebody could be calling you or talking to you or DMing you about something. But the message doesn't come in very clear, or it's not the complete truth. And that's basically what I'm seeing here with the Seven of Cups. So these messages that we're talking about, the rumors, the gossip, somebody being nosy about somebody, whatever they're talking about is not complete reality. We have the Nine of Pentacles here that is clarifying the High Priestess. I feel like this is you. I feel like you intuitively know that these messages are not completely true about the situation. Whatever it is that they're DMing you, they're sending you a message or calling you, whatever they're talking about, you intuitively know that they're not necessarily all the way true. You feel that. I feel like this is you, the Nine of Pentacles. You could be a woman who likes the finer things in life. You could be a pet lover. You're generally generous with your time and money. And perhaps that's why this person feels like they can call you and talk about this stuff, because you're usually generous with your time. We have the Two of Wands here in the reverse position, clarifying the Empress. You may hear about somebody that may be going through a separation or a divorce at this time, and they're starting a new life. And they're doing very well. Or somebody that is going through some type of situation. They're doing very well, or they're financially doing very well. But it's an untruth. It's not all the way true. And then we have the Moon card that is clarifying the Nine of Swords. So the illusion is that they're in better health. And it feels like, you know what? It feels like the illusion is mental health. So you could be talking about somebody that may have a mental health problem. And now you feel like maybe they're getting better. Maybe they're in a dysfunctional relationship, or they're separated from somebody, and you think that they have all this abundance. But it's not true. With the Seven of Cups here. We need more. Spirit, very vague here. Two more, please, Spirit. So yeah, somebody's going to be calling you or talking to you about somebody that may be going through a separation, where you're talking about how well they think that they're doing, that maybe, you know, all of a sudden they maybe got away from this situation and their mental health is better. You're talking to somebody about this, but it's not all the reality. It's an illusion. Or maybe there's somebody that you know is mentally ill that you've kind of separated yourself from. And now you're hearing that, oh, they're doing well. They're on medication now. They're seeing a counselor now. Or this person could be calling you and say, yes, I've been going through counseling. Yes, I've been working on my mental health. I'm doing so much better. My life is really good right now, but it's a lie. It's an illusion. So that could be a fact too. There's some type of message that's coming in from this person, or you're going to be talking about this person who has a mental illness, perhaps, who you're hearing that they're doing better, but it's an illusion. It's not the truth. So do not trust. Use your intuition here, is what I'm feeling. Use your intuition on what you really feel is going on. Six of Cups here. This is somebody that you've had memories with. You've shared some time with. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Back of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords in the reverse position. So, yeah, I feel like either somebody or this person that you've shared memories with could be contacting you and saying, oh, I'm doing so much better. And maybe they're saying that so that they think they could get back into your good graces. That I'm doing so much better than I was before. My mental health is better. I have all of this abundance now. This is somebody that you've shared memories with. But it's an illusion. This is made up. This is a story that they're making up in order to maybe gain your trust back. I feel like this is the person that could be contacting you, or it could be somebody that knows that person that is telling you these rumors. Oh, I'm doing so much better now, but they're not. Oh, I've gotten help. My mental health is better. But it's an illusion. This is their way of, this is something that they always do. They embellish the truth, is what I'm feeling here with the Knight of Pentacles. They embellish the truth in order, they have a plan. Their plan is to get back into your good graces, is what I'm feeling here. By making up stories in order to get back into your good graces. This is somebody that you've shared memories with. The Seven of Swords is in the shadow here in the reverse position as well. This is a very well thought out plan, for sure. They've thought, oh, I'll show them that I did this and this and this, and then maybe they'll take me back. Maybe this is the person you're separated from. Yeah, expect a message that comes through that is not of truth. One more, please, Spirit. Please finish up the reading. What is the conclusion here? And we have the King of Pentacles. Back of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse position. So with the King of Pentacles being the upright to finish off your reading here, this is somebody that is going to be very proficient about what they do. They're going to be coming in and trying anything possible in order to get back into your good graces. They're going to come up with stories. They're going to do whatever they can. They're delusional. This is not the truth. They're daydreaming about what it is that they think that they have done in order to make themselves better or feel better or better health or showing abundance. But this High Priestess shows the first card out. You need to use your intuition when it comes to this person. This is a very well thought out, organized situation that they're going to be doing. They're going to think this all out. They're going to come in with a plan, tell you all these stories that are untrue. They're delusional. They haven't changed it at all. They haven't done any work on themselves. They're going to say they'd have, but they have not. And then we have the Queen of Wands here in the shadow as well, in the reverse position. Yeah, this is a vindictive person. Somebody that wants to bring in conflict, somebody that wants revenge, somebody that wants to do anything at all costs. They're going to plan this whole thing out. They're very methodical on their plan to create an illusion for you. They're not to be trusted here. Use your intuition. This Moon card and this Better Health here is telling me that they have mental health problems. They're delusional about thinking that they're better. Use your intuition here. This is somebody that you shared memories with. So whether you hear this from somebody else or themselves, this is a methodical plan. So they could even be going through somebody to speak with you. It's all in their plan. But the stuff that they're talking about, the messages that they're sending are not true. Let's pull a card from the Akashic Records Oracle deck to finish up your reading. Angels, guides, ancestors, most important message for the collective from the Akashic Records for September 15th, 2025, please. Yeah. So this really feels like, somebody's really thinking about all this. Bringing in these rumors. And all they are is rumors. Gossip. It's somebody being nosy about what's going on. Which makes me feel like maybe they're utilizing somebody else to get to you. So we have the word detach. So you're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work and let go of your attachment to it. And that's exactly what this is all about, this High Priestess. Detaching from this toxic person. Somebody that you've had memories with. Somebody that's lying about them getting better. Time to detach. Go into your own serenity here is what I'm feeling here. You need to detach for whatever that's you're holding on to too tightly to a desired outcome. They're not going to get better. They're going to lie about getting better, in fact. Use your intuition here. So that's the message I have for you, collective. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Please be kind and compassionate to one another. Namaste.